Hi everyone, the deposit return scheme is the scam that keeps on giving. Now I've covered this in quite a number of videos over the last few months, and you can look back at a link in the comments to those videos. But today I want to speak specifically about the accounts that were recently published. Now it's been revealed that 877 million containers haven't been returned. They include bottles and cans, and that was worth approximately 66.7 million euro has gone unreturned. Isn't that interesting? Big money making exercise. Now what was interesting is that they've pulled in a pre-tax surplus, no doubt due to the people not returning their bottles, of 51.3 million euro. Quite a big amount for a not-for-profit organisation, or so they claim. And what's interesting with this is within those revenues, it comprises about 114 million. There's producers' fees, about 30 million. The sale of material, such as recyclables, which we know that most of it goes out of the country anyway, if it's even recycled at all. Generally, some would end up in landfill, 17.2 million. And at the same time, if you look at the costs, the direct collection costs were about 62 million. Recycling costs were 46 million. Quite an extensive amount when you consider the sale of materials amount. And at the same time, we saw administration costs increase to 15.7 million euro. Now, if you break down those figures, it's interesting because they're claiming last year, in 2024, wages were 4 million euro paid to 46 members of staff. Now, in 2023, it was 1.3 million with 33 members of staff. So, obviously, they've hired some very quite expensive people over the last period of time to bring those wages up to 4 million in the last year. And also what's interesting with this is I've got information as well that some of the drivers, for instance, perhaps might be directly employed through return, and I've heard stories of some getting subsidised housing as well, which is interesting. Of course, many of these jobs and workers will not be unionised as well, so there's massive issues going on here with this return system. And of course it benefits those chief executive officers like Tony Cohen, Kieran Foley as well, who's making massive money again through this massive scam. And what's really interesting is that they're saying that this 66 million is going to get reinvested in more education programs and campaigns. Isn't that interesting? So more marketing campaigns, teaching people how to recycle their recyclables over the next period of time. No doubt will be coming. I'm sure a big public relations agency, Friends of Friends, will probably make massive money from this as well. And also they said they'll have contributions to legally put into their accounts in terms of they have to legally require to hold a reserve of contributions, and they're going to put that towards that. So it's a little bit of a windfall for the return scheme, and as well it helps towards the setup costs over the last couple of years. Really, this is just out of control what's taking place in this return, and there should be a complete audit of this organisation. Well, for me it should be scrapped, and it was always a way of recycling bottles and cans through other formats that people use for many years. And of course I spoke in the previous video about the fact that the recycling industry now are looking for money back because they're losing money because of what's taken place through the return scheme as well. Just an absolute scam, taxing ordinary people. And again, when you see the nearly 66.7 million euro that they've garnered last year, and as well when you tie into that the massive wages that are being pushed, 4 million euro, with only 13 extra employees this year compared to 2023. This isn't even forensic auditing or detailed information of what's taking place. But it's about time that we need transparency to what's really taking place in this whole return system, as I mentioned, in terms of the workers as well, those who collect those bottles from those sites as well. But of course it's all about the environment, isn't it? Or so they proclaim all the time. So thanks a lot for the support in my videos. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, and Slán Good Fold. Thanks very much. Take care. See you all soon. Bye bye.